Men who like to keep their morning routine simple will love these multi-for-him gummies, specially formulated with 12 key nutrients designed to support men's daily nutritional needs. Nature-made multi-for-him gummies help support muscle and bone health. It improves your immune health, and it increases your energy metabolism. With the quality you can trust, Nature-made multi-for-him gummies have no artificial flavors, no synthetic dyes, no high fructose corn syrup, no artificial sweeteners, and is gluten-free. Pharmacists around the world have recommended Nature-Made to be the #1 vitamin and supplement brand. So when you need something that's going to help you get you through the day, when you need something that's going to increase your energy to help you get you through that workout, to make you perform as an elite athlete at the top of your ability, try Nature-Made multi-for-him gummies, because you don't want to stop to the 12th round.
Welcome to the Terror Dome. You should be heading home, cause you could bring all of your ninjas and the Technodrome. I rip right through your flesh and bone and mental capacity. Flood your mind with atrocities and copious tragedies. This dark Sabbath is a lesson in street. Behold the church of the ghetto, feel the words when I preach. Amen. Let the Lord say a prayer for they don't end up in front of someone banging their trigger. Living life like a war pig. Fuck the law, I'm getting mine. Let the others figure what the cost is. Purchasing the fortress on gorgeous acres enormous. Car park full of foreigners and women just waiting on us. We living the dream. Y'all living like hell is earthbound. We are not the same. You've been a lame since birth, pal. I don't feel sorry. I recommend they go dirt bound. Doggy dog world, and you've been looking like Chuck Brown.
Well, beautiful people, best damn nation. It is Wednesday, and you know what time it is. It is the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. I am your humble host, Brown Renegade, and with me, I have the best damn crew. First of all, if you see this man in a dark alley, run for your life. He will beat you up and throw your ass in the trash can. He is the green-eyed bandit. He fights people. Sometimes he bites people. He's your mama's favorite wrestler, and he can whoop your daddy ass. The one and only Roosevelt, the fighter. What's happening?
What's going on, man? What's going on? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we need y'all to do us this big favor. We need y'all to do us a big solid. And make sure y'all tune in every single week, because when we tell you we got something planned, we got something big planned, man. You know what I'm saying? We out here working. We working, right?
We out here working. We out here working. Yeah.
We churning the butter.
I need a new set of knees because we hitting these streets. You know what I'm saying?
Pause. Big pause.
See, only somebody from New York would say that. Jesus Christ. Introduce our esteemed guest.
Yes, absolutely, man. I have the grand pleasure of introducing this man. Listen, y'all remember when I was being Mr. Everything? This man is the human form of Mr. Everything. Actor, entertainer, host, owner, travel agent, former wrestler, basketball player.
I'm with it.
Everything, man. This man has done any and everything, and he ain't got started yet. He ain't got started yet. We're gonna find out everything about him today. This is my good friend. I've known him for years and years and years. Man, I can tell you guys stories. We ain't gonna go too deep.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. The statute of limitations is not up.
In Vegas. you know. but my man, I want you guys to welcome our guest today, the Network King, Leelee Williams. Welcome, bro.
Hey, thank y'all for having me, man. Definitely glad to be here and glad to be here on the best damn wrestling podcast. I
Let them
love
know,
that.
Leelee. Let them know, damn it.
Yeah, y'all got to be in on this. This is a great podcast. Make sure y'all check them out every Wednesday. Come and check them out because it's a great podcast indeed. So make sure y'all definitely get in and check this out. I love it. Glad to be here, man.
Hey, real quick, before we get started, go ahead and hit them with your catchphrase, man. Let them know what it is.
Today. Make it
Absolutely. There it is, man.
I love that, man. So let's go ahead and get started with it, man. Let us know where you from, man. Where you laid your head at when you was younger.
Well, my hometown is Fayetteville, North Carolina, North
Okay.
Cackalack, some call it. The
All
two
right.
six, as other call it on that part. Born and raised there, and then also lived a little bit in Wilmington, North Carolina. Traveled doing in the film industry there, and did worked also lived in South Carolina for a stint as well, down near Greenville and the Greer areas on that part. But now I'm residing in Tennessee, right near Johnson City, Tennessee, right there near Bristol. So that's where I'm at now in the Tri Cities, Tennessee, and just grew up learning a lot of things, just building and growing, and definitely a great chance to connect with great people while I was in North Carolina, like Mr. Roosevelt, who he likes to fight. So I mean, I always said I don't want to cause no trouble with him. I'm glad I'm on his side.
Oh man,
Yeah.
absolutely. Hold on. I'm gonna start a fight right now, damn it. Listen, you are from North Carolina and you are in Tennessee. This is my favorite question to ask to like foodies. Who got the better barbecue?
North Carolina still is my barbecue place, man. I tell you, I tell you, even my girlfriend likes to travel down to North Carolina to get that barbecue. Because if I got an off day, she's like, "You need to make a road trip. You need to make a road trip to get some of that North Carolina barbecue." Now, don't get me wrong, Tennessee does well. Tennessee throws down. It's just done differently. Just done
Yeah.
differently. North Carolina put their thing on it. They put that touch. Well, like they say, grandma say somebody put their foot in it. Somebody went to work
Uh-huh.
barbecue down there. So they throw it down there.
All 10 toes. I'm trying to tell you, boy. Absolutely. Go ahead, Russell.
Yeah, man. All right, so let's get straight to it, man. Let's get to your humble beginnings, man. When did it all begin for the Network King, Leelee Williams?
Well, I'm a preacher's kid, so I'll go ahead and put that part out there. Raised up, in the church. Dad's a preacher, and he started. He had a singing group for years, and that was when I was a little kid. And I used to go travel with them, watching them sing and perform. But in the process of them doing that, I was, also doing, church plays, performances, school plays, and stuff like that. And I kind of got a little bit of touch of learning how to MC and promote shows and events by doing that because I used to be one of the kids that would help doing sales of like the concession stands and stuff like that. So you always got to have a loud mouth to be like, "Come over here, get your sodas, get your popcorn, get this stuff." So I was that kid, and it just kind of opened the door for some other opportunities for me on that part from starting with there, and then singing and performing, emceeing events that kind of opened up other doors. And what I learned is I was traveling along the way. I started meeting people. Like through my dad, I met a lot of celebrities on the because he traveled doing gospel music. So I learned a lot in the quartet music world. I started meeting a lot of the big celebrities. The Shirley Caesars, guys like Slim the Supreme Angels, Tommy Elson, the Singing Stars, Luther Barnes, even Kirk Franklin, whenever he had the Mississippi Mass Choir, and some of those people like that. John P. Key as well. And so it gave me an opportunity to kind of get to know people and learn a little bit, traveling around with those people as well. So I kind of became that person that knew somebody that knew somebody. Like, a lot of times when you get these artists, they come to town, they looking for where can I go get my hair cut at? Where can I find a good food spot? Where can I get them good ribs or barbecue or stuff like that? And I was kind of that guy, like, hey, I know somebody. I got people over here who do this, so I got people who can come to you and they cook meals, they come in and do that. And that's how I kind of started doing the networking thing. Just kind of being that connection guy. So that's one of my big things is it's like I connect people to people, people to businesses, and businesses to people. Um, and that's how it really opened up the door for me at that age there. And being an athlete, because I did play basketball, football, and stuff like that, I was also into sports, and that helped kind of get me a little notoriety and just get me around with people as well too. And then, I've always had a love for wrestling, and so along the way in that journey, I met Eddie McCoy and Tony James at that time. They call him Hang Time. So I met them two, which I knew them through some other avenues. And Eddie's dad used to also sing and travel, and he knew my dad. And I was able to link up with him into the wrestling scene and get a chance to step into the wrestling side to learn and train and do some things on that part and become like a valet for some guys and then become a manager in wrestling and doing stuff and got to meet a great group and it really inspired me to learn a lot of great things and I respect the wrestling industry to this day because one thing I always tell like people in other industries with wrestlers, when they walk into the locker room or walk into the facility, they go around and shake each other's hand and introduce, themselves to each other. There's a level of respect there. And you don't see that a lot of times at other events, even at the like music events, gospel events, stuff like that. A lot of artists don't run over and talk and introduce themselves, and that's up there. So that's something I've really taken on and learned from the wrestling side and use that as part of my growth in building. And it's helped expand me into now doing, acting on TV shows, movies, films, um, doing radio shows, podcasts, stuff like that, and also owning my own TV network, King Network TV, which streams on Roku and Amazon Fire.
Nice, nice. See, this is what I'm talking about. See, this man be busy, man. He don't sit down for nothing. He be busy. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Oh,
What?
let's run it back really quick from when we first met back in the Ring Wars Carolina days. And you was a manager there, and then you kind of branched on to doing different things, and you have this championship belt. I don't know if you got it near you somewhere, but it's the Network King Championship. Let's talk about that in your time in the wrestling industry.
Oh man, it and it's a real good thing because like with my slogan that I started, it actually I came up on that slogan doing it. It was really more of a joke whenever I was doing it because I was doing a thing for a Halloween thing when I worked at a dealership, and I just started kind of joking with this character I created, and I put on this crazy old man wig thing, and I was like talking to the kids like, "Come on over here to the dealership and come see me today," and it just kind of started catching a little bit. Well, as it started going, we started hitting social media with it. And Eddie McCoy, Eddie Nightstick Brown, who owns RWC, he was a heel wrestler. And like, as I was doing the managing, I was managing a lot of baby faces at that time. And he really helped push the slogan along on that part for me. To where, it's like whenever he was like, I hate that slogan and I hate it, I can't stand it and it just got the crowd behind it, and then that just kind of took its own name there. And then with through the networking and stuff that I was doing with connecting with people, because as I was doing Ring Wars Carolina, I got into TV, film, and acting as well, where I kind of started working on a couple of TV shows and got some roles. And I was like, I want to share the love with other wrestlers, other people that I knew that were in the family per se, and share the people. So I helped to get other wrestlers and other people opportunity to get in on TV shows, like Eastbound and Down, Sleepy Hollow, the Lizard Lick Towers, and stuff like that. And some other friends that come out, they were like, "Man, you're like the champion of networking. You're like the network king. You're the champion." And that's how the belt came about. And then I started teaming up with these products and the product companies like Oppo Suits, which is like the suit that I got on here, Oppo Suit. They reached out and they were like, we see your growth in what you're doing. We want you to help promote our product and be a brand ambassador for us. And I was like, heck yeah, I'll do that and go on there. And then open up the other products and brands. I mean, like now I do Ballsy brand products, which they do body wash, hair and shampoo, Tickress watches, which they do smart watches. I do that. I promote them. So that's where the networking championship came from. I don't have it right here with me. It's in my other room. Um, but yeah, that's and it's a true real belt. A great thing to have that part. The championship of networking. It's 10 pounds, so it's got the weight too. So it's the real deal. Shout out to Pro Am Belts who made the belt for me and did that. They did the custom designs for it, and which ultimately the nameplate on the front is interchangeable with the name on it too, because ultimately, that's something me and Nightstick kind of go back and forth of who's the network king. He says he's the king of networking. I say I'm the network king. So it always goes back and forth. And I love to do things just trying to help other people to grow and build too, to help them become networking champions as well.
Yeah, you ain't got it with you, but you got to own you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got to let it be known. I remember when I used to work for the government, and I had a position where I thought was pretty high up, and it was a guy that was in another department, and we all went around the room and introduced ourselves, and he said, "I'm the guy who has the biggest Rolodex." You know what I'm saying? I might not have I might not have the most money. I might not have the most influence, but I got the biggest Rolodex. And that always stood out to me, and the room went silent. And I think that's what embodies networking. What are some things that people can do to help uh, get themselves out there as far as networking when it comes to an event? Because some people will just go to an event, but they really don't put themselves out there. What if somebody is brand new to networking? What are some things that they can do to be able to uh, network efficiently in a room?
I've always looked at the things of, if going to the room, just like I said with the wrestling thing, go in and introduce yourself. Don't go in and try to overtalk people. Just go in, introduce yourself, be cordial, be kind, and sometimes it's good to. I don't want this to sound the wrong way, but it's something that we talk about in car dealership world. Sometimes it's good to stay stupid. Don't go in that like you know it all. Just go in being willing to learn, being willing to listen to people and let them talk. Because when you listen to people talk and you hear them, they'll tell you about some things that they do, and most of the time they'll ask you about what you do. And if you just stay willing when you listen and just be humble about when you go in talk to people, they'll tend to help you if you just kind of keep yourself humble to learn. Because if you go in there like you know everything, they're gonna be like, I don't want to help that person. They think they know it all, this, that, whatever. So just go in the room and just be a humble person and introduce yourself and be cordial and kind. I always say too, try to do things that will keep you either with technology or ahead of technology. Everybody can go in with a business card. But nowadays we live in a world where you got digital business cards. Have your QR code business card with you. Now you got somebody wanting to scan it and hit that card thing. And if somebody doesn't know about QR code business cards, whenever you put out and say, I've got this, they're gonna say, how does that work? Now you got a level to pitch to them, to talk to them about more things, because now you got their interest involved. And those are things that people can do on that stuff there. And if you are a person that has a brand and a product, I always say, what do you have on you that you're wearing, or something about you that's promoting your product? Are you wearing a jacket that's promoting your product? Are you wearing a hat that promotes your product? Do you have a shirt or something that has your product? Because you are your product and you're representing your product. So you need to have something that speaks on it, that lets people know there's something about it. Because how many times you go in a place and you see somebody's shirt and you start reading it just because you're looking at it, you're like, what's that about? So you got to have something that kind of catches their attention to get them to inquire or ask about it, stuff like that. So try to have some things to help promote yourself and promote your brand of what you're doing. And that's something that can really help people a lot of ways. And if you got social media, which most people do, start putting out some type of content. Whether if it's one video a day, it can be just a hello post. Hey y'all, I'm such and such. I have this product. I just want to introduce y'all and tell y'all who I am. If you say that 10 days in a row, somebody's gonna pick up and say, you keep calling out this product or saying who you are. I need to know more about you. Tell me more about it. And just kind of do those things.
One of the biggest things that I always tell people when you're talking about digital business cards is the dot card. So I actually have a dot card. Okay. You guys can go on their website and you can create your own card with the website, and you can put all kinds of social media stuff on there. I'm going to put it in front of my phone for the people on TikTok. And you can create your own stuff. Like you put any type of social media, Facebook, your email, your press kit, anything. and it has a QR code on the back. Now, the great thing about the dot card is that you can either scan the QR code with your camera, or you can literally take your card and tap it on their phone, and it'll come right up on their phone. And all they got to do is just save it, and they got all your social media links right there on their phone. So you guys got to invest on something. Invest in the dot card.
That was free promotion that Roosevelt did. We haven't secured that we haven't secured that affiliate sponsorship yet, but we will. So dot card, we expecting the phone call from y'all sometime soon. I took advantage of the opportunity, man. I learned that from Leelee, the network king. Go ahead.
Because I got a brand I will throw at you, but see, because Roosevelt he promoted his on there, I'm gonna let him do his. But I'm telling you that's a good thing to have those digital business cards, because a lot of companies now, I won't say the other brand because I know you got dot card there.
No, go ahead. No, say the other brand.
They got the wrist bracelets too. So like I got Papo, because they use that stuff. You got wrist bracelets they can hit and tap. The digital business card deal, your phone, is so many ways. And if you're a business person, if somebody gives you their business card, you actually can scan that person's business card and it'll put it in your contact list on through like Dot and Poplar and those companies like that too. So it's a great way to, like you said, building that Rolodex. So that's another version of a new age Rolodex right there.
Absolutely. Talk about your time with the acting. I know you've done some production assistants, you've done some acting roles. Let the people know like what kind of things that you've done and how you was able to get into that line of work.
Well, see, I got to give a shout out to my one of my mentors. I'm gonna give a shout out to a couple of them in this talk on this part. Dennis L.A. White. Y'all probably seen him when he played in the movie Notorious. From Fayetteville, North Carolina. I call him a brother, a mentor, a great friend. He's family too. I took one of his acting classes whenever I was in Fayetteville. Actually, I took a couple of his acting classes. I took a couple of his acting classes, and he kind of gave us some insights, some things with how to approach in acting, how to go at acting. And then he was like, "Man, look, you're doing all these live events that you promote in UMC, man. Won't you get in on TV and film and get in on some projects?" So then I decided to take a step and went and submitted for some extras role. Extras background casting. That's where you're just kind of the person either sitting in the chair at the restaurant or you walking by the main actors on scenes and stuff like that. So I started doing a couple of roles with that. And networking once again, talking to the people on set, some of the crew, some of the cast, stuff like that, getting to know people. As I started on that part and met with other people who were also background team members and stuff like that, I got connected with the crew. So I started working crew, doing like PA assistant, also stand in and body double and stuff like that. So it kind of worked my way up a little bit more and doing some of the body double stuff. And I end up landing an opportunity to be the body double and stand in for Orlando Jones, who's also now a mentor of mine, a brother, friend. Love him much because he's helped teach me a lot too as well with the acting industry and life as well. So I actually landed the part of stand in and body double on Sleepy Hollow TV show with Orlando Jones. Before that, I've worked on a couple other shows, Under the Dome, and some other projects along there with stuff like that. Well, then as I was doing that stuff on Sleepy Hollow, I ended up also working crew and doing some work with a show, HBO's hit show, Eastbound and Down. And as I was doing that, I ended up landing a talent agent as well. So I got representation as an actor then. So I moved up from just a background actor into now being able to audition for speaking roles and stuff like that as well. Well, as I was working crew also on Eastbound and Down, the directors were kind of talking with me and connecting. We laughing and joking. And then they put me in a part of a featured piece on Eastbound and Down. And then he's like, "Man, I want to give you a speaking role." And they gave me a speaking role on Eastbound and Down, which is real big because that's a Will Ferrell executive producer of that show. Danny McBride and the guys over there at Rough House Pictures, they are the ones who produced that. So I had a speaking role on that show while I was also doing the body double stand-in work for Sleepy Hollow for Orlando Jones on on the other show. And both of those were filmed in Wilmington. And it just opened up some great opportunities for me. Then I was also able to send out information to all a bunch of family and friends all over my social media and people that I knew and got them chances to get in on roles in some of those shows and movies and stuff like that too. In the process of that happening, I also got a call and got landed a role on Lizard Lake Towing with my brother, my friend, who's also a mentor as well, Ronnie Shirley. And Ronnie's been a real big help. stuff like that. So I landed a part on their show as well and did a part on there. And then in the process of that, I've done Planters Peanut commercials as well, um, which is, funny story on that one there. Just, you know, they, they had me on there. I wore a suit in the commercial with Planters Peanuts, and all they did was just shoot peanuts. They shot peanuts out like some kind of potato shooter thing on people, and I'm like, but they pay good. They pay good. I was like, hey, y'all want to pay me $800 to shoot a bunch of peanuts in the air and let them just okay, shoot them. Let's do it. So and they feed you well on them sets, man. So it was real cool. And working with Orlando on Sleepy Hollow was a great thing because I got to know him and also spent time around him, his family, got to know his family, and end up traveling around with him. Also opening up doing comedy shows now for him, MCing for events for him. I did a Radio Shack commercial with him that he brought me in on. He has really helped bring me a long ways with other stuff and mentored me throughout the process of that. And Dennis has always been real strong and supportive of what I'm doing with stuff as well and keeping up with what I'm doing also. So those people, I really appreciate them a lot. And I met other great people who've helped become other mentors. Michael Beasley, who was on Eastbound and Down. His son, Malik Beasley, plays for the Pistons. So y'all probably see him playing. He plays basketball. John Reap, who won Last Comic Standing, became a good friend of mine. Omar Dorsey, who's a great writer, actor, and producer. He's been on a lot of projects as well. He was on the movie Road Trip. He did Eastbound and Down. So I got to meet a lot of people and made a lot of great connections. And those people have become family, and they've helped me into other doors and other opportunities along other projects as well. And and even if you go to King Network TV, which is streaming on Roku and Amazon Fire, I got to throw that plug in. I got that out there too. You'll see some Orlando Jones projects on there too. He does animations and stuff. So some of his content is on King Network TV channel as well. So, and that's a blessing to have that project on there. And, and I've got a project coming up with Ronnie Shirley where we're going to be doing a podcast called Toe to Toe. So that's going to be awesome to have that coming up as well. So we got a lot of great things that are happening really coming up on that stuff there. So I'm really excited about it because it's been a blessing in this industry and growing and building. And those people who've helped me along the way, I can't thank them enough, but also it's helped me to help other people. So I'm, like they say, share the love and just continue to pass it on down. So as they've helped open doors for me, I'm helping open doors for other people and doing things as well also.
Orlando Jones would be a good guest to bring on to the show. I'm just saying,
I'll reach out to him now. I'll reach out to him and his team, and and that way I can get y'all into contact with them, and and see if we can get that worked out for you.
But see, that's why you the networking king, boy. That's it right there. Let me ask you a question, man, because when you are networking and you're touching so many people, do you compartmentalize people into like this is my family, this is my friends, these are my associates, or do you just give people access to who you are, raw and uncut?
I do try to be me, raw and uncut, as who I am with people. Sometimes I do have to dial myself back at times because it's kind of like y'all with rest of you got some people who come up to you that are just super fans. They just want to just autograph a picture. So I'll be that person for them on that part. And I always say anybody I meet, especially if I'm meeting you through Roosevelt, you're family now, man. You in the family. So you
I'm coming to the cookout.
Yeah,
for sure.
coming to the cookout. So it's like if you say, Leelee, man, I need help with access trying to do this, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna try to help you get into access to connect with people and stuff like that on that part. So I really try to help people, but I always say there's levels to it too. Like I always listen to how people talk and what they say. It's like, yeah, I got contacts on a lot of great people and celebrities and stuff like that. That don't mean I'm giving out their phone number, but I'm putting in contact through emails, this. But then like with some of those contacts, as I connect people to people, some of those bigger names might say, hey, give such and such my number, tell them to call me. It's like it's kind of that level of it where it's like I kind of know how to keep my space in between. But with dealing with people, I look at everybody as his family. Because my thing is, let's show love in this world and love everybody that we can. If that love is damaged in some way, it's not coming from me damaging that love. If you do something wrong, Now that's you building that separation. But as far as me, I'm going to love you. I'm going to hug you. I'm going to take pictures with you. We going to laugh. We going to joke. We going to have a good time. And, and we going to eat. And we going to break bread. If we want to break bread and build together, let's build and let's grow something. Because I'm about loving to have people around that want to grow and build. And if you're a person, you say, I want to get into acting or I want to do this, I'm going to do my best to help get you the tools to get you to that next level. Now, if you say, I want to do acting, I want to do this, and if I say, here's the starting spot, start with this. If you don't do nothing with it when I gave it to you, I'm not gonna sit there and spend all my time trying to keep giving you stuff when I know you ain't taking the first steps. I'm just gonna dial myself back and say, I got other things I've got to work on. Whenever you ready, you do your time to get yourself ready on what I gave you. Whenever you got that part done, then we'll come back to that other part and keep it moving. But I'm just one, and I say this to all of my friends: don't wait on anybody. Don't wait on anybody to hinder your blessing. You got to move in your blessing. Those who want to go with you, they gonna see it and they gonna say, "Yo, I'm grabbing hold and I'm going with you." Those that don't want to go, don't hate on them. Don't be mad at them. It's just not in their time or in their path. They may not want that level. They just happy where they at. I'm still happy for you. I'm gonna be supportive of you, but I got to move where this other stuff is moving at and tracking in the way that I want to grow and build.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the King Network, man. Let's tell the people, how'd you get into having your own television network on the Roku?
Man, it a blessing, indeed. And I'll say, blessing God's blessing, and just get steadily with insight, work with people and with mentors. Orlando, Ronnie, Dennis, and all those people that I mentioned earlier. Um, the thing was, I used to do my own little TV show. You know how you get local TV shows? You get a local channel, and you get a spot. You pay so much, or you get a little local spot you can do. Then you find the other stations where you can buy like a 30-minute show or a 1 hour show. So that's what I was doing originally. And I had this show called Transformations through faith, finance, and fitness. So I was talking about three different things, but it was a thing just kind of getting started. So as I was doing that, I was like, I want to build more and I want to do more. And I also did independent films and independent projects. And I noticed that we have a lot of independent filmmakers, independent podcasters, independent bloggers, all that travel, food, and everything. Well, as I was looking and searching, this thing popped up on my feed. It was like, how would you like to have your own TV network? I'm like, what's this about? So I'm sitting there looking at it and checking some things out. And I start doing some digging and talking on some stuff and looking around. A company called TV Startup, who has it, giving them a shout out as well. So I end up talking with them and contacting with them. Well, after looking at the thing and the setup and what they do, I kind of, looked at the numbers and I'm like, when I'm paying for a 30-minute show on this local channel, I can actually get on Roku and Amazon Fire for actually a little bit more money, but I can stream 24/7 instead of just being on from this 30-minute slot time. And then I start looking at the numbers. I'm like, well, local numbers, you might get an access to maybe reach 100,000 people in the area, maybe if they on that channel. Roku and Amazon Fire, everybody has that platform, and I can reach over 340 million people. I'm a numbers guy, so I'm like, the numbers makes better on this situation for me. And then before I started, I did go and consult with some people. I consulted with Orlando and Karen Tunis, who's his manager, and she's my mama too. I call her my mama. Um, they really helped me out a lot with just insight and talked to a few people, and just got some insight with them. And I was like, here's what I want to do. I said, I don't have 24 hours worth of content myself. But here's the thing that I want to do. I want to help other independent content creators get a chance to get exposure, regardless if they're filmmakers, if they're comedians, they're musicians, podcast bloggers. I want to give them a chance to get exposure with their content. And when I talked to them about what I was wanting to do, they were like, "We're on. Let's do it. Let's make this happen. We're supportive of you. Let us know what we need to do if we can do something to help out, get promotions to help you with it, and whatever." I was like, okay. So then I started moving forward with it, and and when I thought about it and we talked, and I was like, well, I don't want to call it the Network King TV because then if I say the Network King TV, that's just me only. So we thought about it. We were like, let's make it King Network because it's the king of networking, but it's still the overall everybody involved are kings and queens per se.
Mm.
Because you got men and women who are on the podcast and on the show and doing stuff on the network. So we wanted to call it a more general name to give it a more bigger basis of that part. And that's how we came up with it. And I was like, I'm gonna call it, King Network TV, and we pushed that around and started promoting and pushing the content out. We've been going now for about 5 years, 4 years actually, going now for 4 years, and it's been a real blessing. We've got a lot of great people on there. Straight No Chase with Jesse Mitchell. We got Ring Wars Carolina has content on there. Um, the other people podcast, we got that on there. We got the Crossroads TV show is on there. We got Port City Comedy Jam that's on there as well. Outlaw Paranormal. We got music videos from artists, people from Canada, people from Australia, and we got viewers from all over the world: Venezuela, Australia, Canada. Various areas in the United States, cities, states, United States as well. And it's really been a blessing because I mean we help independent content creators grow, and that's the thing. We tell them you don't even have to have footage from your like a big movie camera. You could be filming from your phone on there, and we'll put content that people do with their phone. Because I'm like, you got to start somewhere. And my thing is, I want to help people grow. So if they start with their phone and they can build up to get the other material that they want, because now you got people starting to view, you got a following, and having the Roku and Amazon powering it per se, that helps give more value to the people when they go on social media, when they're getting watched, when they're getting viewed, and it gives you access to people can reach it because they can stream King Network TV for free. There's no charge for subscription. They can stream it for free. All they gotta do is go to their Roku or their Amazon Fire and go to the app section, the add channel, and add the channel on, and they get to watch it. So I mean, it's a great opportunity. I mean, you got like I said, you're reaching over 90 million active users and over 340 million households that Roku TV and Amazon Fire TV platforms are in and connected to. So I mean, it's a real blessing to get that opportunity to do that.
Absolutely, man. I want to touch on something that you've been actively uh, subconsciously preaching, right? As the importance of mentorships and connections. And as men, or as people, older people, um, sometimes it's hard for us to want to take advice for other people, no matter what level of success they're on. And I've always had this motto of you can learn something from the janitor, or you can learn something from the CEO. You can learn something from everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can give you value, even if you're learning from somebody's mistakes. How important is it to you to have mentors and be a mentor yourself?
It is very important. Um, I feel like that's something that's real important on there because it's like you said, you can learn something from everybody. And I always say, if you watch people and you study people and you listen to people when they talk, you can learn things what not to do, and you can learn things to do. You don't have to take everything that they say, but if you take enough of it, you can turn it into ways to make it fit for what you want to do in your life. Mentorship has been a big thing because, especially like I said, I learned from many of those groups and ministers back in the day, growing up around my dad and them, and from my dad and my mom, my grandmother, and then getting around friends and family. Eddie McCoy, who taught me a lot. Roosevelt, who's taught me a lot. Like I said, Orlando, Ronnie, and Dennis, and many other people. Karen, and you can learn from men, women, boys, girls, everybody. We can even learn some things from kids. And, I know sometimes as adults, we don't always want to admit that. But if you listen to kids, especially with technology wise, they can show us stuff to help us get further in life. So mentorship is a big thing for me. And that's why I always say to people, try to learn things from people and be willing to learn. Even if you don't like the way they say it sometimes, it can be something that really can help you on that part. You just got to really tune into the message of it and you can really grow and build from it. because in order to grow, you've got to learn something from somebody, or you're gonna step out into things and then you're gonna get stuck and you ain't gonna know what to do, or you won't know how to maneuver on through that. Because everybody has been through something in life, and people can help you, especially if they've been there before. They can help you through those roads in your life and really help build you along things along that way. I tend to study a lot of things, even on social media. Like I see Roosevelt's videos where he's John Cena. I want you to fight me. Where's he at? Da, da, da. And I'm
They
like,
try to fight.
you need to come fight him. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, man. Before you retire, you need to come fight this dude. He's asking for this fight. And but to see the consistency of it, that's the key. And that's something that a lot of people tend to lose is not realizing. Look at the consistency of how often he's doing it, and it triggers other stuff because it makes more people see it. It gains traction. It builds so many other things, and then it helps us all too. It makes me look at it as there's things in my life that I want to work on being that consistent with. And that's what I have to pattern myself. That's why I look and say I have to make this more consistent of that right there. It might not be John Cena, but it's some other project that becomes my John Cena. And I'm like, I got this, I want you, I want that. And that's the stuff learning from, and that's mentorship to me. I look at that as mentorship because I'm taking notes from him and studying that.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Let me ask you another question, man. Looking back on your life and everything that you've learned, right? Um, what would you tell young Leelee Williams uh, about life?
Well, what I would probably say to the old is put more time into the work. There was times whenever I was young and dumb. I mean, let's face it, when you're an athlete, you're playing basketball, especially in high school, college, stuff like that. Did a little semi-pro ball as well. Um, there was a time in my life where it was about not really focused on the work. It was more focused on the hanging out, spending time with the ladies, doing the celebration and the parties. Whenever I could have put more time into the work. And as you get older, you kind of realize and say, I need to put more time in this, that, whatever else. There's a few goals that I reached, some goals that I'm like, I didn't get where I wanted to get to at certain levels on things. But then I have to look at myself and say, how hard did you work? Now, if I put my work at it and still didn't achieve it, I at least can be proud of myself and say, you know what, I at least made the steps and did it. But there's some things where I look at which tell my own self, continue to put the work in and stay focused. And also the other thing would be is surround yourself with other people who are driven. And you've got some people who are supportive of you. You've got other people who are supportive for you. There is a difference. If you find people who are supportive of you and for you, that's going to take you a whole nother level higher. Because you got some people who are going to be supportive of you because you might be family, you might be friends, but they're not supportive for the things that you're doing. Like whatever your business is, whatever your project is, they don't help push and promote that. So if you find people who have both parts of that supportive for and of you, it takes you to a whole new level because then they helping you to push that product. They telling people, hey, go look at this and check out this is this. Go buy their product or go this, that, whatever. They're sharing your stuff. They're pushing your stuff. Get around people who want to build with you and grow with you. And surround yourself. If you're I'll say if you're not the best at something, like I'm not a good guy on as far as I'm not great at the back ends of editing stuff and all of that. What I say is surround yourself with people who are better than you at other things. So I found people who do good with editing and doing stuff, and they're better than me at it, and they love to do that stuff. So that's why I put those people around on my team. The stronger you make the team around you, the stronger you become. And it gives you a chance to be focused to put forth more effort on the other things that you want to do and build, but you also helping that team build. And those people with those strengths that you don't have is helping to take you further. So that's what I would tell the old me is get around, the younger me, to get around people who are, can help build you and grow you better, and find a strong support group on that stuff there. Because the younger versions of us, you find a lot of people who want to hang with you, want to hang out, party, and this, that, whatever, or they just want, stuff like that. So it's like you get around people who really supportive and doing it. And that's one thing, like I said, the wrestling industry, you find guys who want to hit the roads with you and travel, and they want to get further in the wrestling business and that type of stuff. So those are the ones you really have a good time with, and you can build and grow, because they trying to make themselves better, rather than the ones that say, man, I just want to go hang out with y'all and just go party at the end of the event. It ain't helping. Get around the ones who want to get in and train, want to put in the work, and want to help give other advice and help you to get better, and you get them better.
Yeah, man. Uh, absolutely. What What would you tell a young creator or somebody who is um struggling or in a rut? How can creators get out of a creative rut?
The way to get over, if they're in a rut, I say just continue to do your things that's going to be your consistency. Continue to post, continue to build content. It may not hit right now, but if you stay with it, it will grow for you. Don't be afraid to try new things with what you do. Um, if there's other things in your content, other niches that you want, another niche that you want to go into and try it and just see what it does. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to fail. You can't win unless you get yourself in the ring and you try. There's a chance you may win, you may lose, but you're gonna win in the long run, because to me, if you take a step and try at something, that's a win in itself. So I would tell any content creators and anybody like that, just try and continue and keep your head right. Try to keep your mind in the right headspace. Don't don't tend to get mad about something. Take a moment, breathe, and think of another option to go at it, to approach it. Just because one way doesn't work, there might be another way you can go about it, that you might reach something and do something, and just continue to build. You're not always going to get, say, 15 likes or 100 views or 100 likes on everything that you post or that you make. But that doesn't mean you stop. You continue to grow and you continue to build as well in the process. And also, to those content creators and to anybody like that who you're in a rut on something, I want them to think about this too. The one thing that you're doing, it may be, if you're doing it for a business or a brand or whatever it is, it's also opening your opportunity for other businesses and other brands that you could create and work with. So don't look at it as just one thing. There's other open roads to it as well that work in that process. Because like what I've been doing with the networking and all of that stuff, and then going into, from sports into acting, entertainment, MCing, it's also opened me up to do a travel to build my own travel agency too, through an agency as well. So now I book, travel for people, from hotels, cruises, flights, vacations, staycations, and it just kind of networked and opened other doors. So it built what I was doing, built into other business opportunities as well. So I mean, that's something for content creators to realize. You can always open other doors for you with other stuff on there. So just continue to build and grow. Don't stop and don't give up.
Hey, speaking about brands and doing like the brand ambassadoring, talk about Oppo suits. And you put me on the Oppo suits, and testimonial, it got me connected with a lot of different people down at WWE. And I wore one, and it stopped Triple H in his tracks of getting ready to leave the arena. And he came up to me and he actually spoke to me out of all the extras that was there. He stopped and had a conversation with me. So talk about Oppo suits, how you got into that, and the conversations that comes about from wearing an opera suit, because you're gonna have some conversations wearing an opera suit.
You really do, man, and I'm really thankful for Alpo Suits. They're a real great company, and they're actually, it's a French company. They're out of France, but they do service here in the United States. Um, Back, say around 2012, 2013, which I've always worn suits and worn some stylish suits, with stuff with at doing events. But Alpo Suits had these wild, crazy suits, and that's what we were known as. They were, kind of looking for ambassadors and looking for some people to promote product and stuff like that. And I kind of came across some things just kind of searching and scrolling that I was looking for some new suits to get. And I end up contacting them, and we reached out, and they contacted me back, and they were like, hey, we're looking for ambassadors, looking for stuff. Would you be interested in doing this with us? We see you got some stuff you're doing. We see you got a growing traction and stuff like that. And I was like, I definitely would be interested. And got to link in with them, and it really opened up a lot of doors because and it started with the Bada Boom suit, which was the Batman, the old school Batman, where they punch you and they have that boom bow and all that. So they had those words on the suit, and that was my first suit that I got from them. And then I was like, it opened up the other opportunities where I opened up a business of selling the suits too. And but then it was able to open doors for me to connect with other people, like Roosevelt shot commercials for me that I promote for the Apple Suit brand, James Miranda, Eddie, and a lot of others. So we started doing stuff where I had them in some suits wearing the brand as well. And it really has opened up a lot of conversation because it's a conversation starter. The wild crazy suit, especially my one with the $100 bills, the Benjamin Franklin's on it. So a lot of people, it stops people and they start conversating and they're like, hey, what's the deal with these suits? And people start looking and want to take pictures and stuff like that. And that's another thing that opens up for conversation. If you do something just different and it's unique. At first, it kind of started out where people were laughing. Some people were laughing at it, joking about it, because when I first started with the brand, there was a young kid who was actually being bullied by some friends at school. And I went to an event, did a basketball event, talking to the kids. And I went back to the school with a suit and gave it to the kid that was being bullied. And then all of a sudden, all the other kids like, can we? Nah, this is for this kid. He's a great kid. Da, da. And they stopped bullying him. But the kid, and it opened up so many other doors with the kid, the family, and everything else. And I was like, I'll wear these suits all day long because it's okay if people laugh at me, because at the end of the day, they're looking at me and I'm getting attention, and I'm also laughing when I'm going to the bank. So it was like you can laugh all day long, but people are buying the suits. People like the suits, and it gets me more following, which people come to my page and watch my page. Um, so the brand has really done a lot of great things for me, and it's really helped out. It's helped me to promote it in a market to where when a lot of people didn't know about Oppo suits and didn't realize it, so it opened up to a whole nother market for Oppo suits for what I was doing. So it really has been a blessing. And I mean, it makes people strike up conversation. People want to order the suits, and they do the basic plain styles too. So I get people ordering for proms, they order for events. We put people in a lot of suits. Orlando is also connected with Oppo suits. He's worn them to the Comic Con, San Diego Comic Con, which is a big Comic Con out that way. Other entertainers and actors have worn them. Different music artists. Jessie Lawless has Oppo suits. She promotes it as well. She's a big in TikTok celebrity, social media celebrity as well, and also a designer. She does. She's worked in the film industry as well, also. So it's a lot of great people we've helped to connect, and now people see them everywhere. They're on in different movies, different TV shows. The brand is expanded. You see it on Jimmy Kimmel. I mean, all these talk shows now are wearing them. So you see so many people have them, and it's opened so many doors. When it was a few of them that had them whenever I was wearing them, but now you see so many now. Even a lot of Major League Baseball teams, you see them wearing them, and they're taking pictures in them as well. So it's helped to really grow the brand, and the brand has helped me build what I'm building with my brand as well, also. Um, and Apple Suits is cool. And if you want to order them, I mean, they're available. You can go to my website, kingnetworktv.com, and order it on there. Plus, you can see the King Network TV stuff on there too. We got the store. You get Apple Suits and the products. And I definitely loved it. Roosevelt, I got to get with you. We got to put some more commercials together with that too. So we got some things we need to work on, man. And really,
yeah, we got to do that soon because I wrestle in suits now.
That's what's up. So yeah, we
So
definitely put something together with that.
yeah, we got to put something together real quick.
I'm a 44 long. I'm a 44 long. Yeah. Oh man, that's awesome, man.
Connect on that. And I tell you that the suits really helps out too, man. Because when you go into some places, just going in with a suit sometimes it creates a little difference in the ambiance and the presence of just your being. It makes people kind of look at you differently, but it's just it builds a little piece of another level of respect too in some ways, and it opens up other conversations. Like Roosevelt was saying, Triple H came over and talked to him. That's huge. That is huge. And sometimes it's just those things like the suit can catch attention. If it strikes up the conversation, now it's like, hey, yeah, this is my suit, but let me tell you what else I do. Here's the other stuff and what I got going on. Here's the other things I've got happening. And it's a big thing to help with conversation starters and building stuff on it.
Absolutely. Making yourself a walking, talking advertisement.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Talk about how important faith is to you, because to do a lot of the things that you do, you have to have faith within yourself, or faith that you can be able to do some of these things. Does that faith in yourself come from your religious background?
It did. It did. Faith definitely from the religious background there. From my mom, my dad, my grandmother as well. It's that saying, if you just have faith the size of a mustard seed. And a lot of people don't really take that part in, and I really believe that. If you just have a little bit of faith and you try. The problem is what I see in a lot of people. I say a lot of people have more fear than they have faith. And they let fear dominate them, where it should be the faith should dominate more than the fear should. And that's why I look at things where I say, especially having the faith on things, that I look at stuff and I say, hey, let me look at what I need to do, what direction I can take with this, what things can I learn and build with this, and how do I grow with this? And it's like, you got to step out. You at least got to step out. If you want to achieve something, if you want to do something, you've got to take the step. And a lot of times people will say, I'm not going to take that step yet because I'm waiting on this friend to go with me. I'm going to hold off because they said they need to hold back. So I'm not going to move yet. And then you got some that it's like that, like I said, that fear. Well, if I do that, I might not be able to do this. And sometimes, people look at it, sometimes they'll say money sometimes. It can be something they could do a training or something to get something in. It might cost them $30. And they'll say, well, I don't want to do that yet because I don't know how that's going to work out, this, and this. And I'm like, look, I can cut out a steak for one of these weeks, or I can cut out some type of coffee or candy or something, and I'll take this money and take this chance on this. What is it going to hurt to take the chance off of it? If I lose it, that's just I didn't get a candy bar for that week, a couple of candy bars or whatever. But what if I win? What if I grow? And that's where the definitely you got to have that faith. And I always say, pray about things before you do it. Pray on it and pray for it and pray about it. And, because God will guide your steps. And if you trust God along the way through the whole process, he'll guide your steps along with your faith in what you do and what you want to go. So yeah, faith is a big thing for me. And it's not just having faith before you start, having faith throughout the whole process and praying about it and trusting God through every process that you take along the way with you as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That came from Reverend Leelee Williams.
You've been dropping gems and jewels all day, bro. And it's been an amazing interview. I want to test something real quick. Now, usually I have a problem with wrestlers, but today we're going to change it up today. I've done this with our homeboy Maurice Larkin, and I want to test your acting chops. So me and you, we're gonna go into a dialogue in an acting scenario. We're gonna let Brian give us the situation, and then we're gonna act out the situation. You down for that?
Let's try it.
All right. What you got, Brian?
Oh man, what's a good scenario to put y'all in? Let me see. Two friends fighting over money.
Okay.
Fighting over money.
Two friends fighting over. All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know what we usually do. It's usually a battle, but today we acting it out. We're going to the promo battle.
got first?
I can't believe this dude ain't got Leelee. Hey, man. I've been looking for you all day. You good? What's going on?
Yeah, I was actually meaning to call you, man. I was meaning to call you. Something was wrong with my phone. Something was wrong with my phone.
Uh-huh.
And I had a light bill due and my phone went out. My phone went out.
All right. So your light bill was due, your phone went out, but where's my money? I can't do nothing about the phone. I can't do nothing about the light. Where's my money?
Man, man, I love you, brother. I love you, man. We go way back. We go way back. But I was trying to get your money. And what happened was whenever I went to the bank, something happened to my card. Something happened to my card, man. And I'm working on it. I could gladly pay you Tuesday if possible, but
Leelee, man, listen. You said something very, very important just now. We do go way back. So you know how I get down. And yeah, I love you too, man. And when we show love to each other, we take care of each other. Don't make me have to take care of you, Leelee. You know how I get down. You know how I am about my money, man. And I've been asking you about this for a couple of months now. And now you're giving me every excuse after excuse after excuse. Now you're telling me it won't be till next Tuesday. Brother, today's Wednesday.
I was gonna I could get you next Tuesday because see, I went out to cut some grass, but my lawnmower broke. And and I had to borrow my neighbor's rake, but it only had 3 teeth, so I only got part of the yard broke up whenever I was doing that. So I'm trying to get your money, man, but they only gave me like $10, and I need to put gas in my car, but then my tire went flat, and I had a nail in it, and so I had to run up the road, and I asked my brother for 20, but then I had to stop at the pizza place to get me something to eat because I need to eat something because I was hungry. But I got like 50 cents right now. I can see that, but I can't put it on Cash App because Cash App need $1 in order to do that, man. I mean, right now, how about this? Can I borrow $5 more, and then I'll just pay you the full?
Borrow $5. You asking me to borrow money to pay me back the money that you owe me? Listen, all I've been hearing is excuse. This is broke. That's broke. This don't work. That don't work. It got 3 teeth. Listen, you got till Tuesday because we go back and your mom's is my aunt, and I told her I would take care of you. You got till Tuesday, or the next thing that's gonna be broke is your jaw. And the only thing that's going to have 3 is your teeth. Do you understand?
But I can't talk if I ain't got no. I be talking about this. I got no teeth. I mean, if I ain't got no teeth, I be talking about that.
Leelee, go get my money.
Can we at least do this? If you just loan me $3, the Powerball's tonight, I got a chance of winning. $3. It just $3 more, and I go get, and then I'll be able to give you your money back on that part.
Leelee,
that won't work.
Go home.
Oh man. Amazing. I want to see that movie now. I want to see that movie. My face hurt. Oh man. That was a great promo battle between Roosevelt and Leelee Williams, man. Absolutely. You are a very talented and multifaceted brother, man. How do you keep all that talent in your body? You know what I'm saying?
Man, I just have fun, man. I give thanks to God for everything, the opportunity He's given me, and and just with the talents, man. I just try to use every bit that I can, and try to hope that it can help inspire somebody, motivate somebody, and change somebody's life. If I can be a part of being a change in somebody's life, then I feel like my work is is not in vain. So I'm doing the things that continue to help others and build others, and and I've had people come up to me and say, like, because I do motivational speaking too. By the way, I'm a John Maxwell certified trainer on motivational speaking, so I got that as well. I really just try to inspire lives, man. If I can help change lives, and I've had people come up that have, say they were going through depression and stuff I did made them laugh and it made them change. Those are the things that really help build, and those are things that inspire me to go further and do more stuff. Indeed.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, you got to inspire people, man. And I think being the creative, I think that's what most creatives strive for. You know what I mean? Because it's about the impact that you have on people's life, and I think that you have had an impact on thousands of people, my brother. So thank you for doing what you're doing. Thank you for sharing your talents with the world, man. Because you can keep all that to yourself, but that's not your mission. So we appreciate you just shining a light a little bit on the king, Leelee Williams.
Hey man, I appreciate y'all, man, for all that y'all have done. This the best damn wrestling podcast.
Let
Y'all
them know,
better check it
Leelee.
out. The best damn wrestling podcast. You
Let
heard
them
me
know,
say it.
Leelee.
Put some respect on it when you say that too.
With a
Doggone
K.
it.
Respect.
Hey,
But
you
you
got a
know, and I
couple of events.
really appreciate y'all, man, because y'all are inspiring lives as well, man. Y'all are motivating people. You got a great audience, great people, and continued blessings, continued growth for y'all, man. If there's anything I can do on this end, and I'm saying this right here on the video, man, that y'all look, y'all got a spot on King Network TV if you want it. So you got it. So all you gotta do is just call, let me know, and we'll definitely get y'all linked in and get y'all on there. So you got a spot if y'all want it on that part, man. So
We
I would
want it.
love to have y'all
All
there.
right.
Y'all
Yeah.
family, man. So and I
All right, man.
all that y'all do, and y'all keep inspiring others as well.
Absolutely, man. That's what the platform is for, man. People think it's about wrestling, then they come and learn something, and then they start crying on the inside, and then they be like, you know what? That was a good show. Yeah, man. Um, we like to give a little bit of motivation. And you, like you said, we've been dropping jewels the whole entire show, man. So we're just gonna squeeze a little bit more out of you.
All right.
So the network king, Leelee Williams. Do you have a final word for your beautiful subjects?
Today, be a diamond. A diamond is a piece of coal that's stuck with you. If you think about that saying, you'll understand it and you'll apply it. Be a diamond because you are a diamond. A diamond is a piece of coal that's stuck with you, and you are
Uh,
formed through pressure.
mm. That is a final word from the one and only king of the networks, Leelee Williams. Oh man, Roosevelt, do you have a final word for the beautiful people?
Absolutely. And it's something that Leelee touched on earlier. It's not about fear, it's about faith. Don't worry about the destination. Enjoy the journey. You gotta take that step, man. You gotta get out there, you gotta make those moves, you gotta make the movements. You gotta put power behind what you want to do. You gotta put faith into it. Power, faith, movement. It ain't about the fear. It's all about faith. Don't worry about the destination. Just enjoy the journey. That's the final word from your boy, Roosevelt the Fighter, right here on the best damn wrestling podcast.
Yeah, you heard it, and you saw the fist. They were lightning fast. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Beautiful people, my final word to you. And just listen to our guest, man, and some of the things that he was saying. It just drove home something that I had as my final word for today, and that is serve your gifts because your gifts will serve you. Sometimes we can try to hold things to ourselves, and if you're an artist, you'll draw, but like can't nobody see it till it's perfect. You know what I'm saying? If you're a photographer, you might take a picture, but like I can't show nobody till it's edited. You know what I'm saying? And then you end up holding all of these treasures that wasn't meant for you, it's meant for the world. You know what I'm saying? So whatever medium that you use, whatever medium that God has given you to be able to connect and create with people, use that medium. You know what I'm saying? Thrive in it, live in it. Because within that medium, you will soon find your purpose, even if your purpose isn't what you do. Your purpose might be who you are and who you inspire and who you touch. You know what I'm saying? But you learn all of that through using your gifts. So serve your gift because your gift will eventually serve you. That is the final word from your boy, Brian Renegade. Oh man, Leelee, was that a good one? I'm trying to be like you, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's deep right there, bro. Look, I need to borrow that one. I'm just gonna tell you, I need to borrow that one. I'm gonna credit you on it, but I need to borrow that.
Hey, you can take it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't for me, player. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and take that. Oh man, Leelee Williams, the Network King, man. What you guys going on, and where can the people find you?
People can find me on social media, the Network King Leelee Williams. I'm on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, the Network King Leelee. You also can catch me on King Network TV. I have some shows on there as well. I've even also got my own separate channel, which is the Network King, which runs everything Network King 24/7, and that's through a division of King Network TV set up on there. And I'm going to be performing. Actually, I have some appearances I'm doing, some celebrity appearances I'm doing at Smoky Terror, May 30th through June 1st in Kingsport, Tennessee. I'll be at Smoky Mountain Fan Fest, September 5th through the 7th in Kingsport, Tennessee. And also at Smoky Mountain Anime Fest, October 17th through 19th in Gatlinburg, Tennessee as well. So they got some great people going to be there. A lot of great celebrities, artists, and people there. So you can definitely check that out. It'll be a great time there. I'm also going to be in Reno, Nevada in June, June the 5th. I'll be in Reno, Nevada. I'll be announcing more stuff about location, date on that part. I'll do some stand-up comedy out that way, but then I'll also be there for a travel convention as well. Travel agent convention as well, and I'll be over in Lake Tahoe, Nevada for that part from the 6th through the 9th. So the 5th I'll be in Reno, then the 6th through the 9th I'll be in Lake Tahoe and doing that deal there. And I've just got some other things, just kind of keep going and moving, you know. And then in March of 2026, I've already got booked. I'll be performing on a cruise ship with MSC Cruises, doing some stuff with them. And we got a big group cruise going. So if anybody want to go, y'all want to go, they got tickets available. You can do early deposits for $99 a person for a deposit. And they got great prices on that. And that's going to the Bahamas, from Miami to the Bahamas. That's March the 23rd through the 27th, 2026. So I figure I'll say it now so you can start preparing in advance. So you get those deposits in to get yourself started. So you got time to really gear up for it. And it's going to be a great time for that, too, on that part. And I think rooms start for that. Cabin start at like $472 per person, right? Which is not a bad price for a great cruise. Includes your food, stuff like that on there as well.
Absolutely. It's going to be some illegitimate children made in 2027. You know what I'm saying? Off of that cruise. Yeah. The boat's going to be rocking, but it ain't because of the water. That's right. Yeah, man. Oh, man, listen. It's a blessing and a pleasure to have you on the show, my brother. Thank you so much for being on and dropping jewels like you have. I want to have you help us in the show, if that's okay. All right. So real quick, I'm gonna ask Roosevelt what he got going on. Wow, don't nobody care what you got going on. What you got going on, Roosevelt?
This Saturday I got two shows going on. So this Saturday at 3:00 I would be in Mebane, North Carolina for Gouge Pro Wrestling. That's me right up there, up in the top corner with the suit on, my fist in the air, ready to knock somebody out. I will be competing to get my Gals Junior Heavyweight Championship back. Then Saturday evening at 6:00, I will be in Knightdale, North Carolina for Newborn Wrestling. Go out there and make my official debut and compete to become the number one contender for the Newborn Wrestling Championship out there. And in June, I'm coming back to Florida. One of the guys I work with, August Artois, really good guy. He's put on a Just Wrestling taping, so I will be out there June 28th. This is going to be the last taping for what we were being told. I was there for the second one. So you guys make sure you stay tuned to find out all about the Just Wrestling taping, where you're going to be able to see it, and all the talent that's going to come out of that.
Oh man, absolutely. Why you look angry in all your pictures? Even the cartoon, you look angry in the cartoon. What's up with that?
That's my wrestling Brooklyn face, bro. I don't know. It's just, you know what I'm saying? I'm also Brooklyn. I can't help it. I just can't help it, man. But listen, also, real quick, I'm selling my fireworks again this year. So the fireworks is gonna be set. The fireworks tent is gonna be set up this year, right here in Strickland Road at the Home Depot, starting June 20th. I'm hoping that it'll get completely good to go. The fire marshal come in and inspect it and have us be able to open by June 20th. And we'll be going from June 20th to July the 5th. So y'all come out there and get your fireworks. Come get your fireworks today. Today. I do want to. I do want to.
Yeah, man. If you want to set your house on fire, or,
Don't come ask me no questions. If your house gets set on fire, don't come ask me no questions. You ain't be.
If you want to spend the next day in the hospital, go ahead and see Roosevelt. Get you some fireworks. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, absolutely.
Put it in reverse. Put it in reverse, Larry. Put it in reverse.
Yeah, Larry ain't fast enough. Yeah, man. All right. I gotta have you help us end the show. I want you to say the word damn. The only way that the networking king Leelee Williams can say damn. You gotta come from the pits of your soul with this one. You know what I'm saying? You gotta bring up that gospel quartet with it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta come from the inside parts. All right.
Right. Just even thinking about that part, it brings from that old school setting on that part. But there's a guy who I used to watch wrestling for years. He was one of the first African American champions, Mr. Ron Simmons. So I got to channel that piece in too.
Yes.
Okay. There you go. There you go. Caught me off guard. That's what I'm talking about. I gotta hear you say that one again. That one gave me shivers. All right. I'm pointing to you. I know you're ready. You got the guns blazing. All right, let's do it. Beautiful people, best damn nation. We will see you next week on the next best damn wrestling podcast.
Yeah. Right. You got shingles now. You all right? You okay?
You know, I had some Taco Bell before I came on. I don't know if it's wet or not. So we just go. Yeah, it just squeaked out. You just squeaked out. That damn has some oomph to it, boy. Oh man. Leelee Williams, man, you are a gentleman and a scholar, and you are now a member of the best damn crew, man. So anytime that you want to come on, you want to talk junk with us, man, help us do some of these interviews, we would love to have you back on here, my brother.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Definitely, I'll be in touch with y'all, man. And hey, props to all that y'all do, man. Wish y'all the best, man. Continue to do what you're doing, and anything I do to share on my end to help promote and push, let me know, man. I'll definitely be doing it on my end as well for y'all too, man. Y'all are family, bro.
Absolutely. Man. One more time, where can people book you?
They can find me at the Network King, Leelee Williams, all over social media. And also you can book me too through kingnetworktv.com. And that takes you to everything on me on that part as well, on that portion. But if you just look up the Network King, Leelee Williams, or Leelee Williams, that's Leelee Williams. You type in the Network King, you'll find me, and look forward to working with y'all and connecting with you wherever you want to book before I do MC and events, comedy, public speaking, and all that stuff too. So we can definitely make it work, make it happen for you. And if you're looking to book travel, contact me. We make that happen as well. So we got great cruise deals. And also, just to let everybody know, I'm doing some cruise giveaways coming up. So I got some travel parties getting ready to happen. We're going to do some giveaways on some cruises and some hotel staycations.
Absolutely. That man got connections all over the place. He even got connections to Jesus. If you want to talk to him for a second, it's going to cost you, though. It's going to cost you. Oh, man. Leelee, thank you for being on the show, man. We can't hold you no longer. Follow us on all our platforms. Thank you to everybody that listened to us. Thank you to everybody overseas that listened to us. I mean, we got a lot of countries that we're in right now. So shout out wherever country that you in, the UK, Uganda, we all over the place, China. Thank you for listening to us, man. And thank you. I check out the analytics, boy. You know what I'm saying? It's some countries on there I can't even pronounce. But, you know, I appreciate y'all rocking with your boys, man. You can find us on all our platforms at the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. We can't hold you no longer. You know, we love y'all like play cousins. We'll check y'all out next week. Peace.